On this episode, the block is back from the machine shop. The deck is freshly resurfaced and the board is freshly honed. Oh yeah, you can see that. It's all good. It's all ready. Yes, and we disassembled the head. This is a late model PR3 head, 99 casting. We're gonna start porting it. Of course, we ink it up on the flange, so with die caps it's all ready. We take you along porting the head from the start all the way to the finish. Yep, and yes, we're gonna assemble a block. Here it is, getting ready. We're gonna finish assembling the block. Maybe so. So here's the crank, the main caps, the new bearings, and the torque assembly loop. Yes, we're gonna have details on the head. So this one is for you. Yeah. And yes, as mentioned earlier, we disassembled the head. Here it is, an SiR 99 2000 model head from a PR3 casting, of course, after inking up with die-chem on the flange so that we can get ready to port match it when we're done with the head. Yes, here it is. So now, well, let's take it to the porting bench. Let's go. Here it is. Let me clip the phone here. Let's start. Actually, the whole intake, we did an exclusive members only video on this. We were talking about how we tips and tricks on how we take care of the casting flash or the core shift, because this is a late model, so it has even more core shift. As you can see here, look at that. We just touched the bottom part and it hasn't even reached the other half on the top. The core shift is significant on this head, so we figured it's the right moment for members only tips and tricks, right? So now here we're working on the intake bowls. Yes, we spray it with the ethyl alcohol soapy water mixture. It's 50-50 right now because it's still summer, so when we put too much alcohol, it just evaporates too fast. So it's 80 grit for now. Just speed it up. As you can see, we're working on just the sides where the core shift has pushed over into the port or into the throat, and a lot more details on this on the members only video, which we just finished about the other night or yesterday. So yep, this is gonna be good. Here, let me show you up close. Wait, sorry, one more pass. We're gonna spray it with more lube to make sure everything is good and clean. The more you lube it up like this, the easier and the quicker it eats up aluminum gradually. So now it's 120 grit now here. We had to start with 80 grit this way to make sure we get the shape good, because we can start with 120 grit, but it's gonna take way too long. Alright, speed it up. So now we can show you after this how the difference is made. Here, let me unclip the phone. All that. Of course, it's still far from finished. It's basically getting too close to being pocket ported right now, but we're gonna fully port this head, including the chambers. So yep, we continue with this. But you can see the other side. On the left side, the core shift has moved it to the right. An awesome reason for joining the members only section on this. Here's the video we did. We also have an earlier video of the porting Type R style. We're gonna put it in the link in the description. But the members only has an even better one. Yes, and here another more detailed head porting is gonna be on the description below. All right. So now here we go back to the workbench. Here's the crank, the main caps. The crank just needs a bit of wiping off because we actually cleaned it initially, but we're gonna still, wipe it clean. So before assembly. So now let's go to the block. Let's turn this freshly machined, honed, and resurfaced block. Oh, it's all ready. It's so clean. Yes, make sure everything is there. Okay, now the main bearings. Okay, we speed it up so it doesn't get too boring. Put the bottom half on the block first. Yes, one more. There you go. Okay, now set this aside. Get the Tarco assembly lube. Pre-lube it. We'll make sure. We're gonna show you. You don't need to put just a little. You actually put like liberally. Put the assembly lube. Let me show you here. Look. Close. There you go. That's the most that we can put, because if you put more, it'll just drip off on the sides. So here, the liberal amount of assembly lube. Now we bring in the crank. Careful. It's all wiped up good and clean. There you go. Okay. Now, the thrust washer, groove side out. Of course, always remember that. Now the main caps here, we're gonna wipe clean, remove the old bearings and install the new bearings. Yes. Now let's go back to the engine stand. Yeah. Here, a bit of lube on the main journals. Just just to be sure everything is good on startup. Right, main cap here. We'll speed it up. Yes, get it snug, hand tight first before the torquing sequence. So we continue. The last two, the last one. All right, here we got the torque wrench. Okay, the first step is 18 feet-pounds torque. It's gonna be quick. It's not gonna, the click is not gonna be that loud. So just continue. Yes. All right. Now next is the final step, 56 feet-pounds torque. All right. As you labor there on the caption, it's 56 feet-pounds torque. It'll be louder. Oh yeah. This one now. Oh yeah. Speed it up. This is gonna be all good. Last one. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see how it spins. Oh yeah, it spins really good light with OEM stock bearings. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's a 17. So for the D series, you use a 17 socket, and for the B series, it's 19. So, but you don't really need to, because look, you can turn it by hand. It spins lightly. So now let's go to the pistons. Here it is, the new rings. We actually check the gap. Now after honing, it's still 0.015, but but it lets you put in a 0.016 filler gauge, but it's too tight, so it's still 0.015. Now we pre-lube. We already did pre-lube the ERP rod bolt, so we're gonna do it now on installation here. All right. Now let's turn the block. Okay, now we make sure we wipe this all clean, because sometimes you'd have drippings of assembly lube on the bore, and that's not gonna help the rings seal in or break in. So we spray a bit WD-40 and then wipe it off clean with a shop towel. Fold this good like this. As you can see, the browning here, that's flash rust, as you can see. So you gotta keep wiping that before you final assembly, because if you don't, the new piston rings is gonna scrape that all. It's gonna get it stuck on the ring lands, and that's not gonna help. All right, let's get the first piston, piston number 1. Okay, let's turn this one first. Make sure the rod journals are, on the right place or right spot. Okay, it's aligned good. Okay, lube this up a bit. We already did when the block was inverted, but just to be sure, we lube it some more now. Piston number 1, start. Okay. Make sure the ring compressor is, sits flush on the deck. This way, just like a little pop like that. That's it. Okay, make sure it's seated to the rod journals. Next up, the rod cap. And then, of course, some ERP lube on the threads, so that when you put the nut on, you can get the stretch easier. You achieve the required ERP rod bolt stretch properly. All right, we'll talk about a bit more of that later. Hand tight is everything. So wait, let's turn this. Next up is piston number 2. Let me align this. Get on the right position. There. All right. Okay, let me get piston number 2. So we're at the desk. Here it is. Okay. Now drop it in. It's quick. It's gonna be easy. Lube the rod threads. Yes. Okay, tighten it up. Good. Now get the piston number 3. Let's go, let's go. All right. There you go. And then rod cap, and then ERP lube, and then the nut is on. All right. Yep. Hand tight before we do the stretching later. Right. The last one. Piston number 4. Okay. Rod cap, lube. All right. Yeah. Hand tight. Okay, now we're on to stretching it, but let's see. Let me show you. This one is for find the right beat, because he's always the first person to notice the oil retention on the freshly honed bores. So you can see, oh yeah, that. It grips on the oil because of the bore fit or hone finish. This is how everything gets lubed up really good during, even high speed or high RPM operation. Yep, the block is already in good. Yes. Turns good. Wait, let's turn this now to stretch the rod bolt. Sorry about that, I'm just using one hand on the phone and turning the block. Okay, now let's loosen the rod bolts and put the rod bolt straight gauge. Here it is. As you can see on the gauge, is zeroed out. Let me focus. There, it's 0. And you torque it to 26 or 28 feet-pounds torque. We usually do 28 feet-pounds torque. And if it doesn't reach enough stretch, just like this, look, wait, let me close. It's a line before 0.05. You need more than that, because ERP requires 50 to 55. So instead of going tighter, we just loosen it, relube it, and tighten it to the same 28 feet-pounds torque. And look at that. It's perfect. Because it's ARP suggests 50 to 55. So this is a little bit, a shade over 50. So that's perfect. Now we do all the rest of the 8 bolts. It's going to be good. Yes, now here it is, all stretched up and good. All that. It turns really good. Okay, sorry. Just one hand here. Still holding the phone. Oh, sorry. Okay. Now make this line. Let's make it straight like this. All the oil retention on the freshly honed finish is really, really good. Yep, the block is all ready, the bottom end. All right, let's go back to the head. Here, now we're starting on the exhaust ports. Here we can go with the 80 grit, but we're starting with the carbide because the carbon was quite thick. So we'll make a few passes on this for the initial shaping. This way it saves time, but it doesn't let you hog it out too much. We just try to get the feel of the shape. If there's imperfections there, we get to straighten it out good with the carbide. But this one feels good. It's like there's not much course shift on the exhaust, unlike the intake. Let me show you. See that? The shape is already there. So this time, we can actually go to 80 grit now. Yes, okay, now tip the phone here. Okay, now 80 grit. We continue. Yes. You gotta have your face mask or gas mask because look, you see the carbon dust? That's not good for your lungs. Speed it up so it doesn't get too boring. Yes. As you can see, it's actually starting to show the shape because it's starting to have no or less carbon. But if you lube there, it's gonna be good. Alright, there you go. Yes, it's looking really, really good. Yes, I invert it now on the exhaust floor. Yes. Now it's getting good. And then here, number 4, and then number 1. Number 1. Okay, I invert it again. Some more lube, a few more passes again, but this time it's 120 grit. We're still making a few passes here, trying to get all the, because the more passes you make on the sanding roll, especially 120, the more you would see if there's imperfections or not. It's much the same as going with a carbide, but if you go with carbide too long or you use the carbide too much, you start hogging it out because it eats up a lot of aluminum fast. So here it is. A few more passes on the 120 grid. We get it good and clean. Let's show it close. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's almost halfway through. Still far from finished, but it's starting to look good, right? Yep. Yeah. Now let's go to the bowl. Invert this. Here, the exhaust bowl. Again, here, since we're starting from, with a thick carbon buildup, we go with 80 grit first. Here's 80 grit. All right. Yeah, so you can feel the imperfections. You keep making sure that, you correct it, not making it worse. Yes. You get all the bowls initially shaped up with the 80 grit before we go to the finer grit. Yes, it's looking good, looking good. Oh yeah. Let me show you close. This is 80 grit. Yeah, not bad, not bad. You can still see the car shift. There's some sections that we don't have to cut off or clean up because it'll skew the throat ratio, port to throat ratio, and the valve. So we continue with this, and then we work on the oil pump and all the other details on the block. As soon as that's finished, we're gonna make the next episode. You can click it here.